What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm finally doing my Call of Duty Zombies tier list. If you've been watching our new podcast, you would know that we did a Zombies tier list, and that's what's on screen now. This is the exact tier list we used, so everything is in the exact same place that it was when we first did this. Just so you can get a quick look and see what me, Spider, and Justin, like how we arranged it. We would each get a map, and we would place it where we thought it should go. We would vote on it a little bit, but not really. But I didn't agree with a lot of their picks. They didn't agree with a lot of mine. You know, we were all over the place. So I think now I can finally, like I said I was going to do in the pod, I'm going to do this for myself so you can see what my tier list would look like. So, yeah, let's reset this tier list and get right into it. Okay. So, I don't want to take too much time on this. So, I am going to kind of breeze through it. I feel like I gave enough explanation on the actual podcast video. So, if you want to check that out, I'll leave the link in the description below. But we're going to go through these one at a time. And I'm going to give my best ranking possible. So, we're going to start with Nacht der Untoten. Like I said in the pod, the World at War maps are always so tricky because it's like the start. So, you really can't rank them too high, but you also can't rank them too low. Now, I didn't go back and listen to or watch the pod and see exactly what my rankings were at that moment. But I think I'm going to start by putting all three of these in C for now. And then Derice in B, I think. C is like average, run-of-the-mill. Like, this is like, you know, they're experimenting, they're trying, they're starting out. Derice, in my opinion, is where they took that leap. This might change around a little bit later, but for now, I think I'm going to stick with this. Nacht der Untoten, probably one of my favorite zombie maps of all time. Probably more for nostalgia purposes more than anything. But I still think it's probably a B tier right below Derice, I think. It was supposed to be a World at War expansion map, but they launched Black Ops 1 with it. And I think it runs a lot better on Black Ops 1 than I think it would have on World at War. So I think that's why it gets a little higher. But no higher than B. I feel like a lot of people hate on Kino because of the nostalgia factor to it, but I'm gonna leave Kino in B for now. 5 is so tricky because I love the concept of 5, but I don't enjoy it. I think I'm gonna put it I almost want to put it top of C for now. I think I'm going to put it top of C for now, but that might change. Like I keep saying over and over and over again. That might change. Ascension. First time we actually got an Easter egg, which was fun. It was a 4-player Easter egg. But still an Easter egg nonetheless. I think I'm going to put this high B right above Derice. Maybe right below Derice. I don't know. Derice is so tricky. Derice is definitely one of my favorites, too. Is Ascension better than Derice? That's going to be something I'm going to have to revisit. Call of the Dead. Like I said, I'm going to be breezing through this, right? Call of the Dead, I'm going to throw in an A. For sure, without a doubt. No questions asked. This is another one of my favorites. I think Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. Maybe not so much 2. Some of the maps in 2. But Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 cooked. They really did cook. Call of the Dead, this is the first time we got a celebrity cast. I enjoyed the layout. I enjoyed the story of the map. I thought the story of the map was really cool. I think George Romero, rest in peace, is a very interesting character to have as a boss zombie. But yeah, I enjoyed the Easter egg. I enjoyed the story. So yeah, I wouldn't go lower than an A anyway. This is where we start to fall off a little bit. Now you have to keep in mind, all of these ratings are for the original map. Not the remasters, not the remakes, the originals. So Shangri-La, while I do enjoy it now more on Black Ops 3 than I did on Black Ops 1, this is going to be the Black Ops 1 version, just like we did in the tier list. And I'm going to throw it in D. I don't know, this map on Black Ops 1, it didn't, how do I say this? You could tell it was supposed to be a jungle vibe. It was supposed to be exotic, and it was supposed to be vibrant, but I feel like Black Ops didn't have that kind of color scheme to make it pop well enough. Black Ops 3, I would probably put it either high C or low B. Probably put it like maybe here, right behind Kino, honestly. But for the BO1 version, I'm going to put it in D. Moon, same thing. I think BO3 version, it would probably be a high B, maybe even a low A. But I think I'm going to put it right above 5. I think that's where I want that. Oh, and how could I forget, before we go any further, all of the Vanguard maps are being ranked right here. And I had a lot of comments asking why Vanguard gets its own section. Because it's horrible. The game's not fun. The maps were not good. And it would be a disservice to all the other games and maps that we're going to rank above F tier. It would be a disservice to put them in the same mix. So, Duranfang. Well, Duranfang does get its own tier technically, but Vanguard gets its own tier because of how horrible it was. Below F. I did that on purpose. I could have put it below Never Played. I could have put it ranked in here. I'm putting it below F because it's horrible and it's garbage and it was not fun. Anyway, back to the tier list. We're going to go up with Transit. I remember getting comments about us putting it in F. Was F too harsh? F might have been a little too harsh. I think the concept was good. I think the execution was poor, especially on the last gen hardware, the PS3 and the Xbox 360. I think just the overall, it was ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time. If it came out nowadays, I think this map would succeed very well, especially, the fog only exists in this game to cover up renderings. Like the map rendering it, I mean. The denizens are probably the worst. Not worst, but most annoying mini-boss ever. Not even a mini-boss, just the most annoying thing in the game. Like, I can't even. Transit, I'm going to put it. Where do I put it? My heart is telling me here. But did I really enjoy Transit more than Shang? I probably did. Bus Depot. I think this would be a good time to rearrange some of these in C, because it's going to go in C. I think Verrückt is better than Nacht. I think Shi no Numa is better than 5, Verrückt, and Nacht. This might be a hot take. And I might rewatch this in the editing process later and be like, what is he talking about? But I actually do think I'm trying to think of if I were to boot up any of these games right now, what would I play? Right? If I'm going World at War, it would probably be Doris or Shinonuma. And I think I enjoy Shinonuma more than I enjoy 5. But it's Verrucht. I think I enjoy Verrucht more than 5 too. That might be a really hot take though. No, I'll put 5 here. I'll put 5 there. Bus Depot is going to go back here. I think it's on par with Nacht. I think it's that same kind of vibe. But I think Nacht is better because it's, you know, it's the OG. Bus Depot's a little bigger, but still same concept. No perks. The wall weapons are horrible. The box really wasn't that great either. Not many places to go. Bus Depot, while I feel like I should put it in D, maybe I will put it in D. I'll come back to it. Farm. Farm, I'm gonna put right above 5, below Shinonuma. I think Farm was fun. Farm was one of the more fun maps. Like, if I were to take the first 4 maps, being Transit, Bus Depot, Farm, and Town, I'd play Town, of course. But Farm was pretty good, and I think I probably played more Farm than I did Bus Depot and Transit. So I'm going to put Farm there. Town, on the other hand. Town I'm going to put in a low... low B? See, I don't know. Is it better than Kino? I don't think it is. That might be a super hot take. But I don't think it's... Maybe it is better than Kino. I gotta go back and replay all these maps. We were saying the same thing when we were recording the pod. Like, I have to go back and I have to play all these maps. I'll leave it there for now. But I think it's gonna stay in B. It's just I can't decide where in B yet. It's gonna be trickier than I thought. I think my nostalgia is playing with me a little bit. I think it might be better than Ascension too. This is gonna be tricky. I'm gonna leave it for now. Nuketown. I think I almost gave this an F too. I think I was gonna give Nuketown an F. And part of me still wants to, but I'm gonna look at the other maps first, quick. Like, there are some definites in here that I'm gonna throw an F because I did not enjoy them at all. Like, legitimately hated them. Did I hate Nuketown? I don't think I hated Nuketown. I think I'm gonna put it below Shang in D. I didn't really enjoy it. I was so hyped about this map. I think it's the letdown from this map because I was so excited to play this map. Like, when I heard it was announced at Black Ops 2. I don't know. I just feel like it was a letdown. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it in D. Die Rise. Die Rise is another tricky one because I really enjoyed Die Rise. And I think I would put it in either high C or low B. I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to swap these. I think I'm going to drop this in a low B and this in a high C. Because I don't know if we can put Die Rise on the same tier as Moon. I think Moon is a better map overall. I don't think it can go in the same tier. And then maybe right below... yeah, probably right below. I think that's good here. Mob of the Dead, our first S-tier map. Goes without saying. I mean, this is probably one of the greatest maps of all time, if not the greatest map of all time. And there's going to be a couple of those that we're going to get coming up that I still flip-flop all the time. Buried. Buried, I'm going to put in an A right above Call of the Dead, I think. I think I played Buried a lot more than I played Call of the Dead, and I think I also enjoyed it a lot more, too. I mean, you had the the Paralyzer. You had the Mansion, Vulture Raid. First time we had Vulture Raid. You know, I can remember back in the old days camping at Jug. You know, those late nights with the boys where you're just camping by Jug with all the traps and everything. I think Buried is... From Mob of the Dead on is when they really started to cook. Especially, like in Black Ops 2 especially. Because right after Buried comes Origins, which is another S tier map. I think right now I'm going to put it above Mob of the Dead. But everything in S, just like we said last time, it's going to be so interchangeable. Just because of, like, some of them are more iconic, I feel like. Like, I feel like Origins and Mob of the Dead might be more iconic than... actually, I don't even know. Shadows... I mean, Shadows at the time... We'll get to this, but Shadows at the time had, like, a pretty sour release. Like, I feel like not a lot of people played it. Me especially. But, let's not jump too far ahead. Outbreak... I'm gonna throw it an F. I didn't like the Exo Zombies. I really tried to give it a shot. I just didn't like it. These ones I did not play at all, I don't think. I might have played Infection a little bit, but I never played Carrier or Descent. So those are going to go down here because I can't rank them properly. Black Ops 3, Shadows of Evil. I'm going to put that right here. Right above Mob of the Dead. Shadows is, again, one of those maps that it had a poor launch, but I think over time, the more people actually played it, they actually started to enjoy it more, myself included. Easily a top, if not a top 3, a top 5 zombies map. Easily. Der Eisendrache. Do I like Der Eisendrache more than Origins? Oh, it's so tricky. This is what I mean. These are just so interchangeable. These... Oh, man. I think I'm going to put it behind Origins for right now. For now. Oh, it's so tricky, though. Again, like I keep saying, these are all so interchangeable. I think I'm going to leave it alone for now, though. For now, though. Like I said, I'm trying to, like, speed through this. Our podcast was, like, almost 3 hours long. I'm trying to nail this one take, couple cuts here and there if I have to, and just, you know, bang it out. Zetsubo. Oh, this might be a super hot take. I think it's either going to be a low B. I mean, I'm sorry, a high B or a low A. I think... Do I like it more than the Giant? I don't think I do. Map-wise, though. I think it might... God, this is so tough. I think I'm going to leave it at a high B for right now. For now. I think it's going to stay at a high B. Because I don't think Black Ops 3 had a bad map. Zetsubo is another one of those maps that not a lot of people like to launch. But you get the KT4. You get the Masamune. The spider boss was pretty cool. Even though that wasn't like the final boss. The final boss kind of sucked. I think high B is fair. I'm going to have to go through this again later to really tweak it. But I think that's fine for now. Gorod Krovi. Oh, man. Gorod Krovi. I think is going to go high A right above everything else. I think Gorod is... It's like right there where like... You could make an argument to put it in S. Like a low S. But I think there are other things that I haven't gotten to yet. That at least one, maybe two more that go in A. I mean S. Where I think this one's just going to get snuffed out a little bit. But I still think high A is not a bad spot for Gorod. Gorod took a big leap with the dragons and the God, the manglers on that map were crazy. The what were those like squid drone things? I can't remember the name of them right now. Those were interesting. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it in A. Revelations. I'm gonna put in a low B also. I think the map was fun. I think the boss fight was, I mean, like, the actual boss fight where you're fighting the Shadow Man was boring because it's the same thing from Shadows. Did I say that right? The boss fight fighting the Shadow Man is the same from Shadows of Evil. But I did enjoy the Easter egg step where you have to go into Kino. I'm trying to remember, I haven't done it in so long. You go into Kino and you go through the 4 different like elemental challenges. That was fun. That was cool. If they stuck with that theme throughout, like the final boss, and maybe, you know, not made it the Shadow Man again, I think it would probably be up here, you know, maybe above Gorod or right below Gorod, but I'm gonna leave it on high B. Zombies in Spaceland. Zombies in Spaceland, I think I'm gonna put in A. But where? Maybe right below Gorod? It's so tough because the Infinite Warfare zombies I feel like was a nice change of pace. But like as you'll see with some of my other rankings, it was such an up and down game that like it's so hard to like really rank these. Like Raven the Redwoods next. I might put that. I don't think this was an F tier map. But I think it's probably, oh my god, I can't even believe I'm going to say this. Probably like here. Maybe. Oh, I might put 5 above it. I don't even know. I didn't enjoy Raven the Redwood. After I played so much Zombies in Spaceland, I hopped over to Raven the Redwoods like everybody else when it came out. And I tried so hard. I played this map for hours when it came out, and I just couldn't get into the vibe of it. I don't know what it was. But then with this next map, you're all gonna call me crazy, because I think this was one of the better maps also. I think this is probably high C. The highest point of C. I don't think it holds a flame to anything in B, but I definitely think I'd play Shaolin over anything else in this tier. Like, I don't know, the vibe of Shaolin, like you started in the subway station, and, you know, the whole Rat King boss fight, as annoying as it was, I think, like, I was gonna say they really took a chance with Shaolin, but like all of Infinite Warfare zombies was like a big chance. Like they took a really big chance with a lot of it. But I don't know. Like I know what I'm trying to say, but like the whole starting in the subway station, you know, using the chi and upgrading the chi and using that for the Easter egg and for the final boss fighting against the Rat King, I think was just so cool and something like we haven't really seen out of zombies up until that point. Attack of the Radioactive Thing. I'm going to put it low D. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it low D. This map was just not fun to me. I don't know. I mean, I've done the Easter egg a handful of times. It's a decent Easter egg, but like not much of a replayability on Attack of the Radioactive Thing or the next map, Beast from Beyond, which is getting an F. I am one of the people who enjoyed, to an extent, Extinction on Ghosts. I actually did. Not to the extent that I enjoy zombies, but I did have a good time playing Extinction. I thought it was a fun alternative mode to, you know, the Spec Ops and the zombies. I thought it was actually decent. This is just horrendous. This is horrible, and I wish they never made this. Let's see. I think some of these get out of order somewhere, but we're just going to stick to the order that they're in already. Voyage of Despair. I really don't want to put this in F, because I don't really know if it's an F tier. But I am going to put it in D, probably right below Nuketown. I've tried, this is another map I've tried to give, you know, benefit of the doubt to so many times, but like, the Wonder Weapon is so underwhelming. The layout is cool because it's like the Titanic, right? The boss fight is really cool. The final boss fight is really cool, which I think is a little redeeming. But other than that, I mean, like, I don't know. I didn't find the Easter egg to be very exciting. The planet step was kind of meh. Like, I don't know. I think this is probably a good spot in the D tier. 9. This is gonna be an A, or maybe an S. Let me look here. Let me look. I think I'm going to put it in an A right above Gorod. Black Ops 4 launched with 4 maps, which really oversaturated the game, I think, off the bat. Which is why I think these first 4 are going to be ranked wildly different from each other. But I think out of the starting 4, at least, 9 was probably my most played and my most enjoyed map out of the 4. Blood of the Dead was also one of my most played, but I didn't enjoy it as much. But I do think it's still a decent map. You see, I'm going to say it's a decent map, and then I'm going to throw it in low A. Maybe I'll put it in high B, above Rev. I think I like it more than Rev and Zets. Blood is so tricky because the Easter egg is such a pain in the ass. The bird step is one of the worst Easter egg steps ever created. But the final boss is fun. Well, maybe not fun, but it's interesting. The final cutscene is probably one of the most remembered cutscenes in Zombies. One of the most pivotal, too. I think high B is fair. Classified. I'm gonna put... So here's the thing. I think the Black Ops 4 system helps this map a lot. This map is almost a copy and paste 5, right? But I think the small advancements they made to it put it up well above any of these. So better than Rave, better than Farm, Die Rise, Shinonuma, Shaolin Shuffle, maybe not. I think I'm going to put it right there. Right above Shinonuma. Maybe. These might flip-flop. I'm going to need to think about it. Dead of the Night, could not stand this map at launch. Cannot stand it now. I'm going to put it in F. I don't care what any of you say. Bite me. This is my list. I hated Dead of the Night, and I still strongly dislike it to this day. I just... I feel like this map threw way too much at you at once. I mean, the zombies is one thing, right? Obviously. But then with the vampires and the bats and the werewolves and all that, I thought, and the ghost that you have to follow around as an Easter egg step, I thought this map was way too cluttered. There were some open areas which kind of freed it up a little bit and was a nice like breath of fresh air, but like even down to the Easter egg steps with like the astronomy stuff and astrology, whatever, same difference. The final boss fight being the werewolf, I don't know, I found this map to be very underwhelming. They also just randomly released this map one day without a trailer or anything, so I don't know. If they couldn't care enough to show us the map, I can't care enough to rank it above an F. Ancient Evil. This is probably going to be the last S tier map. Easily the best map in the Chaos story. Easily the best map in Black Ops 4. The whole concept, the whole story. I mean, the the elemental gauntlets, the final boss fight against who's the final boss fight against? Oh my god, it's gonna drive me crazy. I'll start looking it up as I talk. But Perseus, is that right? I think that's right. What do you call it? You know, the whole thing with the Pegasus, I thought was so cool. The final boss room where like one of the platforms gets destroyed, or both of them, and then you're on the final platform against, I believe, Perseus. I don't know. I think this was probably the most fun map in the game. And again, I enjoyed one of the next maps that's coming up. I enjoyed that one a lot, other than how often it crashed and literally drove me insane to the point where I didn't think that I was ever going to get credit for completing the Easter egg. But overall, I thought the map that I'm talking about that you'll see in a second was also very good. Other than that, but nothing touches Ancient Evil. 9 is the only one that comes close, and you could kind of see not even kind of see, you can see the relation between the two. You know what I mean? Alpha Omega. Part of me really wants to put this in F, honestly, but I don't think it was that bad. But it's definitely not above a D. Like, I think it's probably... God. Right here. Maybe just slightly better than Voyage. I still think I would play the OG Nuketown over Alpha Omega. Again, another one where the Easter egg was just boring. Like, not even just boring, just like... It just felt tedious. Like, it was like, just like, I don't know, the fetch questing and like the whole, like, every time you complete something, you have to go back to the computer and talk to whatever. See, it's like such a blur to me because like I haven't played it in so long. But yeah, no, Alpha Omega's gonna stay in D. Nacht der Untoten. Hot take incoming. I'm gonna put it in low B. I think right below Moon. I think this is one of the better maps again on Black Ops 4. But again, I feel like even Blood of the Dead is better than TOG. Like, I feel like these, like 9 and Ancient Evil are like the top tier of Black Ops 4. I think these are like pretty mid, interchangeable between the game, like very interchangeable. I enjoyed going back to Call of the Dead. I thought that was cool. We could finally go up top to the facility, which I thought was cool. I thought the Easter egg was fun. The final boss was a little frustrating, being a final boss, because it's not even a boss. It's like you just have to traverse the entire map and survive while staying in a bubble. And it crashed a lot. I have a compilation on my channel where it crashed so many times on stream where I never even thought I was going to get credit for completing the Easter egg. That's the map. But I'm sure plenty of you probably knew that already. Alright, Final Reich. Final Reich I'm going to put in A. But I think I'm going to put it at the bottom of A. I think it's better than everything in B and C, but I don't think it's better than any of these. I think Call of the Dead is still a way better map. Buried, of course. Yeah, I think low A. I feel like this was the first World War II zombies map, and I think they had a really strong start. But then it wasn't Grossenhaus. It was Darkest Shore that released, which is when I started to fall off a little bit. But speaking of Grossenhaus, I think I'm going to put it right below... Right below Verrucht. I was going to put it higher, but this is another one of those maps where I believe it was a small little house, smaller than Nacht. No perks, if I remember it correctly. No perks. Very limited guns. For some reason, I distinctly remember there being a lot of boss zombies on this map for some reason, like mini bosses that just made it like almost impossible. I played it a handful of times. I didn't enjoy it too much, so it's going to stay in C. Okay. While we're here, I'm putting all of the Tortured Path and the Frozen Dawn in never played / didn't play enough because I didn't. Tortured Path I played a little bit. I don't think I ever touched the Frozen Dawn. Tortured Path I played a little bit like when it launched. Sorry I'm yawning so much. I just got home from work maybe an hour ago, so I'm exhausted. Yeah, but the Tortured Path and all of its sub-maps, I guess you could call it. I didn't play it enough. I didn't care to play it enough. Frozen Dawn, same thing. I don't think I ever actually touched it much, if at all. The Darkest Shore and the Shadowed Throne, though, I did play. I'm trying to remember. I think one of these maps I actually kind of enjoyed a little bit. And I don't think it was the Darkest Shore. I think I'm going to put Darkest Shore in high D. And Shadowed Throne in a low C. I think. It's been so long since I played any of those maps or even thought about them. I might put them both in high D, honestly. I don't think I can disrespect any of these by putting them up there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave them in high D. I don't know, they're forgettable. I mean, this map I remember being engulfed in fog to the point where you couldn't see anything. And the Shadow Throne, I think that was the one with the blimp, wasn't it? I might be remembering that all wrong, which would really mess with this rating. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm going to leave it because it's my list, and I think that I am thinking of the right map. D Machine. We're on the home stretch here. What do we got? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Home stretch. I probably should have waited till Black Ops 6 was done, but after the Tomb, I'm not going to lie, I'm not very optimistic. D Machine. D Machine. I'm going to put... I think I'm going to put D Machine right... I might have to come back to it. I'm going to put Outbreak in F. I'm going to literally come back to it. Outbreak, I'm going to throw an F. This is where I'm going to start to get a little crazy. Firebase Z, I don't think it deserves an F, but it definitely doesn't deserve above anything in D. So I'll do it the courtesy of not putting it in F, but it's the lowest point of D for sure. Here's where things start to get tricky. D Machine. D Machine, I think I'm going to put in high C. I think I enjoyed it more when the game was out, but after all these other maps have come out after it, I think it's just a mid map. I mean, it's another facility map. They changed Nacht der Untoten. Not even changed it, they threw it onto their map, which made it cool for the story and stuff, but overall just kind of mid. I mean, Nacht der Untoten I think was way better, and I think I'm going to put that in a high B. I don't think it deserves an A, but I think it's definitely at the very least a high B. If anything, I'd probably put it... Oh, do I like it more than the final rank? I probably do. I'm going against myself. I'm going to put it low A. I'm going to put it low A, right above the final rank. I didn't really want to do that, but it's the truth. So, you're going to have to live with it. Forsaken. Forsaken is just like every other map in this game. It's all facility maps. I think, though... I think I want to put it right at the top of B. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave it at the top of B. Again, I'm going to come back. Liberty Falls. This is another just very mid map. I think it might be a little better than D Machine because it's different, but I don't think it gets above a high C, maybe a low B, depending on where the rest of this stuff ranks. Terminus, I originally gave an A, I think. Does it hold up as an A? I think I might have to drop Final Reich down out of A. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe Terminus. I really did like Terminus. I think I'm gonna put Terminus above Mauer. Yeah, I think Terminus goes above Mauer. Citadel de Mor goes right above Terminus. And then the Tomb. I think the Tomb is going to go right below D Machine, but right above Shell and Shuffle. I think that's going to be my tier list. I think that's my tier list. Let's go through it quick. We got Origins, Der Eisendrache, Shadows, Mob, and Ancient Evil. Again, these first four are really interchangeable. 9, Gorod, Zombies in Spaceland, Buried, Cold the Dead, Citadel de Mor, Terminus, Mauer, Final Reich. Forsaken, Blood, Rev, Zetsubo, Derice, Ascension, Kino, Town, Moon, Tog. Liberty Falls, D Machine, The Tomb, Shell and Shuffle, Classified, Shinonuma, Die Rise, Farm, Raven the Redwoods, 5, Verrucht, Grossenhaus, Nacht der Untoten, Bus Depot. Shadowed Throne, Darkest Shore, Transit, Shangri-La, Nuketown, Alpha Omega, Voyage, Attack of the Radioactive Thing, Firebase Z, Outbreak, Beast from Beyond, Dead of the Night, Outbreak. I think that's gonna be my list. I'm trying to see if there's anything I would actually change. I don't know. This area right here, Derice, Ascension, Kino, and Town are like staring me in the face. But I think I'm going to leave it. I think I'm going to leave this alone. I guarantee you while I'm watching this back, I'm going to be like, why would I put that there? But for now, I think I'm going to leave it. Yeah, so if you guys enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment where I went wrong on this list, just like you did on my last tier list with the on the pod. If you haven't checked out the pod, the link will be in the description. Speaking of the podcast, the episode that just went up at the time of this recording, we did a Pokemon episode where we talked about the Pokemon games, the shows, the movies, the cards, while we opened packs. I mentioned that I ordered XY Evolutions from a sketchy website. So if you want to see me open these, leave a like and comment, and we're gonna see if these are real one day soon, hopefully. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Peace.